Christ's sake, get him away from me!
Drop the gun, Bobby.
Can't take this anymore. I just want one more hit, just one.
I've told him I don't have what he wants.
You don't have to do this, Bobby. Just put the gun down and we can talk about it.
Listen to her, please.
Do you have any idea what it feels like? Do you?
No, I don't.
I just want to close my eyes and feel it drift away.
I know. And it kills me that I can't help you.
I'm not dead, I know that. Not yet. But I'm not alive either. I'm somewhere between the two, where death isn't the opposite of life, but it's equal.
Drugs is not the answer. Lullaby is not the answer. Please don't leave me. I love you.
I just want to sleep for one night. Just one night. Is that so much to ask?
Please, put the gun down.
I'm sorry, Becci. I'm so sorry. This is the only way out.
No!
Fatal Familial Insomnia affects 99.9% of the global population, and as of yet, no cure has been found. FFI is a progressive neurodegenerative disorder, which means that over time there are fewer neurons in the brain. Loss of neurons, as well as other mechanisms not yet fully understood, causes symptoms of FFI. Sufferers develop abnormal, uncoordinated movements, hallucinations, severe confusion, muscle twitches and jerks that eventually lead to the inability to walk and talk. And as we all know, that isn't where the nightmare ends. So what is being done to stop this awful disease? At the Lazarus Foundation, we have the answers. Our medical trials are essential for the development of new and improved treatments. Your participation could have a positive impact on the quality of life experienced by billions of people. We are testing a potential new treatment for FFI in our state-of-the-art facility, and about 120 volunteers are required to help us complete our research. A new medicine is currently under development which could correct the genetic mutation that causes FFI. But before this is given to patients, we are aiming to answer the following questions. What is the ideal dosage? Will this work better as a pill, an oral solution, or an IV injection? And how long does it take for the medicine to break down in the body? We can only answer these questions with your participation. Join our program today and help us build a brighter tomorrow. Thank you.
This isn't how it's supposed to be, Agent Walker.
Why is that?
You, sitting here. This time. How about a coffee? A strong coffee.
I need something stronger than coffee today.
Joe's been asking about your tab.
What about my tab?
There's a £200 limit and...
And what? I pay, don't I? Whenever have I not paid? Yeah. And that's the kind of service that's going to keep me coming back. Yeah.
Becci, your tab!
I'll get you next time.
Can I help you?
Coffee, black, thanks. Who was first on the scene?
I was.
You didn't touch anything? Pick anything up? Touch any door handles? I don't want to find your prints on anything later.
No. Nothing.
Coffee? And set a perimeter. Nobody in or out of the building.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice of you to join us.
What we got?
Gunshot wound to the chest.
Time of death?
Skin colour's right for about 6 to 8 hours.
Who called it in?
Anonymous.
Any witnesses? Anybody see or hear anything?
Uniform's doing the rounds now.
Who is she?
No ID.
Invic?
Lullaby user. She's probably so stoned she never knew what hit her.
How old?
17 or 18, I'd say.
Jesus. And the murder weapon?
.38 pistol, I'd say.
And you'll be right.
What do you think? The murder weapon?
Serial number's been filed off.
Need to get that to ballistics. What?
This doesn't seem right. This whole setup. The body for starters. Who falls like that when they've just been shot in the chest?
It's a long shot, but it could happen.
I don't know. It seems staged to me.
Okay, I'm listening.
Take the gun. Who shoots someone and then leaves the gun lying around for anybody to find?
What are you saying?
This wasn't a random killing. This was a hit.
A hit on a homeless Invic. It doesn't make any sense.
No. Not right now, it doesn't.
Agent Anderson? You might want to see this.
Get this to ballistics, and right away. I'm Agent Walker. This is Agent Anderson. We'd like to ask you a few questions if we can.
Hey, drug squad.
We're with the Civil Protection Agency. Can we talk to you for a few minutes?
What do you want?
My partner and I would like to ask you some questions.
What's your name?
It's Tom. Is she dead?
Is who dead, Tom?
Lisa.
Lisa. Is that her name? Why do you think she's dead, Tom?
Why else would you be here?
Did you know her?
Yeah, I knew her.
When was the last time you saw her alive?
Last night.
What time?
It was late. Midnight. How did she die?
Gunshot to the chest. Point blank. Was Lisa dealing?
Dealing?
Lullaby, Tom. Was Lisa dealing lullaby?
How am I meant to know?
You just asked if we were drug squad.
And you just told us you knew her.
Everybody knows. Knew Lisa.
She had puncture wounds up her arms, so we know she was using. And the only way she could possibly afford to be using is if she was dealing.
Isn't that how he pays them?
They peddle his poison on the streets and he repays them with a little something to make them sleep.
What choice does she have? What choice do people like us have? It's either deal or die.
And what about you, Tom?
Are you a sleeper?
Or an invic?
If you know anything at all, you have to tell us.
When she came home last night, she wasn't alone.
How so?
There was voices. It sounded like she was arguing.
Arguing? About what?
I don't know. I couldn't make out what they were saying.
So how do you know they were arguing?
Because there was raised voices.
How many voices?
Just 2. Including Lisa's, of course.
Male or female?
Male.
And did you get a look at him?
No, I just thought it was a boyfriend or something. It was none of my business.
And the gunshot, did you hear that?
What? No, if I did, I'd have called you right away.
Was it you who found her and called it in?
I went in to take a breakfast and I just found her like that.
Why didn't you give your name?
Because I was scared. I didn't want to incriminate myself.
Oh. Thanks for your time, Tom. If you think of anything else, you'll be sure to let us know.
I hope I helped.
You did.
We've taken all the witness statements. There's nothing to go on, really.
Nothing to follow up?
One kid said he heard shouting, some sort of argument, but he didn't see anything, so he says.
Well, someone knows something. Someone always does. Speak to each of them again. See if they change anything from their original statements.
Well, we can do, but I wouldn't count on it.
These people seem to be pretty tight-lipped when it comes to the authorities.
So, what we know about the victim is that she's...
Lisa. Her name was Lisa.
Okay, Lisa. She was an invic. She was pushing lullaby on the streets.
And that's it.
We know nothing else about her.
Not at this stage now.
Well, seems a pretty open and shut case to me.
I think it's a bit early to say things like that, don't you, sir?
No? Your case, your call.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Granger? Yeah, okay. Christ. There's been another one. Riverside Apartments. Multiple casualties. You two, get down there and find out what the hell's going on.
Sir. Sir.
Whiskey 45 to control, over.
Control receiving. Go ahead, 45. Over.
We're at Riverside Apartments. What's the intel? Over.
Single shooter, 3rd floor, apartment 22. Over.
Description? Over.
Last name Thomas, first name Charles, 44, male, Caucasian, 5'7". Over.
Received. Over.
Neighbour called it in. Informed us the perp's just gone in, Vic. Over.
And now the guy's on lullaby. Over.
What else? Over.
Received. 45 out.
Well, here we go. Mr. Thomas? Mr. Thomas, we just want to talk. Can I call you Charles?
If you want.
Look, Charles, why don't you put the gun down and then I can pay more attention to what you're saying?
Is that your best shot?
Look, I just think it...
I tell you what. I will if you will.
How long is it since you last slept?
4 days.
So you thought you'd try lullaby?
Why not? What have I got to lose?
Your mind?
What happened, Charles?
It was like I just suddenly snapped.
Okay. Okay, I'm listening. Lullaby does that to you.
I shot all those people. I knew it was wrong, but I just couldn't stop myself.
Jesus Christ. We need a doctor. You need to get an ambulance up here now. I can't find a...
Now, Becci! Now!
Captain Granger,
You know, sometimes I think I don't even know you. Not only do I have to explain this latest disaster to the Commissioner, but I'm going to be up to my neck in paperwork for the next week and a half.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Is that all you've got to say for yourself?
He was about to raise his weapon, sir. He'd already killed God knows how many people. Who's to say he wouldn't have added another 2 to his score?
Well, perhaps he was about to cooperate. Maybe he was about to hand his gun to Agent Anderson as instructed. Did you take the time to consider that?
There wasn't any time, sir. There was a difficult decision to make, and I made it.
And in classy Walker fashion, you made the wrong one. Again.
That's not very fair, Captain. I used my initiative. Just like you've been doing all your career.
What's not fair here, Agent Walker, is me not having your badge for this. One more screw up, and you'll spend the rest of your career escorting little old ladies across the road. Now get out of my office. And I want your report on my desk by 8 a.m. Do you hear?
Yes, Captain.
And send Anderson in.
Fuck.
Went well then?
Well, I think I held my own.
Ooh, that good, eh?
Call me all kinds of reckless.
Yeah, well, he's not a bad judge.
Who wants to see you?
What, now?
Yeah, now. Oh, and watch out. He's not in the best of moods.
I'll be alright. I didn't shoot anyone.
Very funny.
So, you do realise that everything she does reflects badly on you, right? Every time the heads turn and there you are, stood right next to her.
With all due respect, sir, she's my partner. Where would you rather I be stood?
Keep away from Becci Walker and you'll make special agent within 12 months.
What are you saying, sir?
Let me assign you a new partner.
And take away just about the only consistent thing she's got in her life right now.
Are you forgetting about the alcohol?
So she likes a drink. Who doesn't? It's a stressful job.
It's one thing liking a drink and another coming to work, reeking of it, every day.
Okay, I know she's messed up a few times, but she knows it too, and she's trying, I know she is. Look, let me talk to her.
Okay, but she's in Last Chance Saloon right now. Don't you get stuck in there with her.
Oh, happy birthday, Mum. Darling.
How about a drink?
I'd love to get drunk with you, Mum, but I can't. I've got to work.
You work too hard.
Are we really going to do this now? Here, why don't you open your present?
Oh.
You can always exchange it if you don't like it.
It's beautiful.
What?
How are you, baby?
Oh, Mum, you promise.
Can't a mother ask how her daughter is?
I'm fine. Mum, everything is fine. Mum, what's got you so upset?
I didn't sleep last night.
Do you mean you didn't sleep? Like you woke up a few times? What?
I didn't sleep at all.
Well, was it just last night, or...? Mum, talk to me.
It's been 2 nights now.
Mum, I'm sorry, I've been neglecting you.
It's okay, baby. I've been busy too.
No, it's not all right, Mum. You're all I've got in the world. I need you.
Life goes on.
It doesn't. Once you stop sleeping,
Die?
Don't say that.
Why not? It's the truth, isn't it? I'm going to die along with the rest of them. I know it's hard, but we just have to deal with it. Don't worry about me.
I can't help it. I can't do anything to help you, and it just feels so useless.
I know you're scared. We're all scared. But together we'll get through this.
Everybody that I care about dies.
Now you listen to me. They're going to find a cure. And when they do, everyone will be so relieved that it'll feel like the world really has come to an end.
I wish I could believe you. I really do.
It's late. What are you still doing up?
I just had the sudden urge to be with you.
Have you been drinking?
No.
Then what do you want?
Nothing.
You always want something, Ingrid. It's what you do.
Do I have to want something? I'm your wife, aren't I?
Could have fooled me.
It's time to talk, Felix. Really talk.
No.
No? Fine, whatever. I know.
You know what? What do you know?
Everything about you.
Me? What about me?
You think I don't know why you never come home at night?
I have a very important job to do, Ingrid.
No, that's not what I mean, and you know it.
Then what? You think I'm having an affair?
Are you? Having an affair?
You're crazy.
Am I? You're not denying it.
So what if I'm having an affair? What difference does it make? It's not like you and I are...
You're right, we're not.
Whatever you think you know, you don't.
Don't lie to me, Felix. You owe me more than that.
I don't owe you anything.
You think you're so much smarter than I am.
I know. I'm much smarter than you are.
We'll see.
Agent Walker. Agent Walker.
I'm Agent Anderson. My partner's Agent Walker. It's Tom, isn't it?
Can I speak to you for a second?
Yeah, of course. Come with me. Sit down, Tom. What did you want to talk to us about?
Is it about Lisa?
What is it, Tom?
When I talked to you yesterday,
What? What about yesterday?
You can talk to us, Tom. Nothing you say will leave this room, I promise you.
I was with her that night. The night she died.
What do you mean you was with her? Were you sleeping with her?
No, we were just friends. We were at a club in the city.
Which club?
The Roxy.
She was 17. Underage. What was she doing in a club?
It's where you go to get your fix. To get your payment for working on the street.
For selling lullaby.
Yeah.
And how long have you been dealing, Tom?
About a year and a half.
And have you been using all that time? What's your SE?
A side effect? Sleepwalking. I've done some crazy shit. It'd scare life out of you. It's just the world I've been caught up in.
Did you leave the club together?
Yeah.
And did she come home with you?
No.
How come?
She went to go meet someone, a client, said she'd be home later.
Did she say who she was meeting?
She didn't say.
So you just let her go? Just like that?
Well, I wasn't a keeper, I was just a friend. She could do what she wanted.
Well, weren't you worried about her?
She get that kind of thing all the time.
So what happened next?
So I've been home for about an hour or so. That's when I heard the voices, like I told you yesterday.
Go on.
So I walked to my door and I looked down the hallway and I see her walking into a room with this guy.
What guy?
He wasn't one of us.
What do you mean, not one of you?
He wasn't homeless, I mean. He was smartly dressed, nice jacket, leather shoes.
Well, maybe she was offering extras. If you know what I mean.
No, some of the girls do, but not Lisa. She's not like that.
So he was just there for the drugs for the lullaby?
No. He was a sleeper.
So, why was he there if he didn't need the drug?
Hang on. How do you know he was a sleeper?
Tom? You saw him, didn't you? No red eyes, no sores, no cracked lips. That's how you knew he was a sleeper.
And you recognised him, didn't you, Tom? And that scared you, and that's why you wouldn't talk to us about it yesterday.
Who is he, Tom? Who was with Lisa that night?
Was it one of those two men, Tom?
No. It was him.
And do you know his name?
Vincent Black. But everyone knows him as Vinny. We worked for him, dealing on the streets. And
what?
And Vinny works for Sandman.
What did she do, Tom?
What? I didn't...
Was she on the take, Tom? Is that why he killed her?
To set an example. Toe the line or pay the price.
I don't know.
Get someone to Roxy. I need CCTV footage of Friday, 9 p.m. till midnight. Yeah, that Roxy.
Everything's gonna be all right, Tom. I'm Agent Anderson. This is my partner, Agent Walker.
Would you like a drink? I was just going to have one.
No, thank you. We're on duty.
Very studious. How can I help you?
We'd like to ask you some questions, if we may.
What kind of questions?
Questions about your whereabouts last night.
What about them?
Where were you between the hours of 9 p.m. and midnight last night, Mr. Black?
I was at home.
All night?
Yes. Can I ask what this is about?
There's been a murder. A young girl. Gunshot wound to the chest.
And, what does that have to do with me?
Well, it's been alleged that you were seen with this girl in the hours leading up to her death.
Alleged by whom?
I'm afraid that's confidential.
I see. And you think I have something to do with that?
Well, that's what we need to find out. It's possible that you were the last person to see her alive.
I just told you I was at home all night. You can check if you like.
Don't worry. We will.
What is it you do for a living, Mr. Black?
I'm in the logistics business. Distribution.
Distributing what?
You don't know the first thing about me, do you? If you did, you'd realise just how absurd a notion that is.
Is that so?
I can assure you it is.
We're just trying to eliminate you from our inquiries, Mr. Black, nothing more.
What I do in my own time is my business and has nothing to do with you.
It is to do with us when the girl you're seen with winds up dead with a bullet in her chest.
Allegedly seen with. Now let's not get ahead of ourselves.
So you were at home all night and you didn't go out?
No.
Are you sure?
You're looking for an inconsistency. And you're not going to find one because there isn't one. Now, is there anything else?
No, I think that's everything.
For now.
Just before you go, remember this, Agent Walker, Agent Anderson. You come after me and mine, and I come after you and yours.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Are you threatening us, Mr. Black?
Susan, would you please see these two get safely off the premises? Thank you.
What can I tell you? Joe said no more until you clear your time.
It's not as if I'm emigrating, for Christ's sake. That ought to cover it. Were you going to take it or not?
Don't shoot the messenger.
I'm sorry. Smooth, Becci. Real smooth.
Late night?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you'd still be up.
I was having trouble sleeping. Ironic, eh?
Can we talk?
What? Now? What's wrong?
Can you meet me at Joe's? It's important.
Look, why don't I just come over to your place?
Okay, fine.
Okay, give me half an hour.
Don't judge me.
I wasn't saying that.
You were about to.
No, I wasn't. So, what's so important you got to drag me out here in the middle of the night?
I'm worried about what Black said in his office. I'll come for you and yours. It scared me.
It's all right. You're safe with me.
Have you got any cigs?
I don't smoke. Neither do you.
Yes, I do.
I thought you quit. Oh, Becci.
What do you want me to do? Do you want a drink?
No, it's late and...
And what?
When are you gonna call them?
About what?
Look, I know this is difficult to talk about just now.
Then why are we?
Because I'm worried about you. I don't want to lose you as well.
What are you talking about? You're not going to lose me.
You're not coping, Becci. Look at you. Look at what you're doing to yourself.
Thanks.
For what?
For reminding me that I used to be attractive.
Don't do this. Don't put yourself down like that. You've worked hard to get where you are. Don't mess it up. That's all I'm saying.
Top up?
Seriously.
One drink ain't gonna kill you. Come on, live a little.
My mum hasn't slept for 3 nights.
Shit, Laura. When did you find out about this?
She told me yesterday. 2 nights then.
Sometimes I really hate you.
Why?
Because I care about you. Why didn't you tell me? Laura?
I didn't want to drop all this on you now, not with...
With what?
I have to spell it out to you.
Look, we're friends, aren't we? We've got each other's back. Don't we?
Yeah.
So you say she didn't sleep last night either?
No.
What are you gonna do?
What can I do?
Well, as always.
I'm not letting my mum take lullaby. Becci, how can you even think that?
Well, don't tell me you haven't thought about it. You know, God forbid you ever become an invalid.
I'd rather kill myself. Becky, I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking.
It's okay. Really, it is. Do you ever just go to bed at night? And the longer you lay there, you wonder, are you ever going to sleep again?
Sometimes, yeah.
I do it all the time.
Becky, everybody has a different way of dealing with things. There isn't just one right way.
Yes.
I'm resting.
I can drive you home. Are you kidding?
Grange's in there and he's waiting.
Thanks. You wanted to see me?
Yeah, come on in. So, how are you doing?
Fine.
That's good. This case, it's got you all wound up, hasn't it?
What's going on?
I've just read your report.
And?
Well, there's no case, is there? I mean, there's no physical evidence. He's got an alibi. There's no motive.
So what are we going to do? Nothing.
Well, what would you have us do?
Bring him in for questioning?
Under what grounds?
Oh, this is bullshit. You know it is. He was seen with the girl. Look, I'll take full responsibility.
Well, it's yours, but it won't do any good. He'll come in here with the best solicitors money can buy.
No, we won't. I don't think he's the hiding type. You're letting him off the hook.
What are you talking about? He isn't on any hook.
She told you, didn't she?
We're not doing this now.
What did she tell you?
I'm trying to help you. Why won't you let me help you?
I don't need any help. We bring him in for questioning. That's it.
That's it?
Nothing more.
Okay, well, I'm putting my neck on the line for you here. There better be no mistakes.
There'll be no mistakes. He may not have pulled the trigger, but I know he loaded the gun.
Do you know, I think you might be just as crazy as he probably is, Walker.
Well, you know what they say. Takes one to know one.
We have to bury this. Even if we can refute it, the publicity alone will kill us.
Not if you stick to what we discussed. She's crazy.
It doesn't matter. This will be ugly. We don't need our dirty laundry hung out for everyone to see.
It'll be a lot worse when this hits the press. How bad's that going to look?
The only reason I'm offering anything is to avoid the embarrassment of a public spectacle.
She's asking for 500,000.
How much? I'm not giving her £500,000.
You might not have a choice. You have to think of the consequences.
I don't want this to go any further. It will put our funding in jeopardy and I can't have that.
So what do you want me to do, Felix? Am I supposed to lie?
Yes, Jerry. Of course you're supposed to lie. Isn't that what lawyers do for a living?
That's hardly fair, Felix.
This isn't a game. Just make it go away.
Do you want a coffee?
Yeah, go on then. Becci, I think I found something. Right, so there's Lisa leaving the club, and there's Tom.
So they did leave the club together, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
It's award-winning stuff, that, Laura. Well done.
Right, now Lisa's talking to someone, but whoever it was, they're just off camera.
So the guy must know the place to stay out of sight.
Mm-hmm. Wait for it.
Wait a minute. Isn't that Vincent Black?
Okay, so I met her that night.
What for?
Look, it's not what you think it is.
What do we think it is, Mr. Black?
I wasn't having sex with her. She's just a kid, for Christ's sake.
And you expect us to believe that?
Yes, because it's the truth.
Well, you've hardly been forthcoming with the truth so far. Why should we believe you now?
It's complicated.
No, it's not. It's simple. She wasn't interested in you. There was a scuffle, and in the fracas you shot her. Isn't that what happened?
No.
What then? She dealing for you?
Dealing what?
Lullaby?
What the hell are you talking about?
You work for the Sandman, don't you?
Keeping all the dealers in check. Making sure the money keeps rolling in.
You know the song, right? Mr. Sandman, Bring Me a Dream?
No. Well, I mean, yes, I know the song, but I...
Because he's the one that gives them the drugs to make them sleep. He brings them their dreams.
Except it's not the nice ones, is it? He brings the nasty ones. The nightmares. The ones that make people stab or shoot people or jump off bridges because they think the bogeyman's after them.
You're crazy. You're both crazy.
Are we?
So, now I'm a drug pusher as well as a murderer. You've really got me down pat, haven't you?
So what happened when you got to Lisa's place?
Nothing.
But you did go back to her place?
Yes, but nothing happened.
Why go there?
Because...
Because what?
Because she was my daughter.
She's your daughter?
Yes.
That's bullshit.
Oh, take a blood sample, do a DNA test. I'm telling you, she was my daughter. I wanted to get her out of there, take her off the streets, give her the life she deserved.
And what? She turned you down?
Yes. She told me she liked her life just as it was. That she had friends she could trust who didn't want her just for what she could offer them.
Then what happened?
Nothing. I wasn't getting through to her, so I left.
You didn't try very hard, did you?
Well, she made it clear that I was wasting my time. And she was right.
Smart kid.
And she was fine when you left?
Yes.
Are you sure there's nothing else you want to tell us?
No. Nothing.
You see, we don't want to find out later that you've lied to us again.
There's nothing else to tell. Look, you know you have no legal right to keep me here. Can I go now?
Yeah. Yeah, you can go.
The duty officer will arrange to take that DNA sample before you leave.
Well, that puts a whole different perspective on it.
If he's actually telling the truth.
I think he might be, Becky. I wouldn't offer the DNA sample if it wasn't the truth. I don't think he's the kind of guy that's gonna murder somebody then just leave the weapon around for anyone to find.
If the gun we found was the actual murder weapon.
We need that ballistics report.
Do you want the good news or the odd news?
The good news. I could do some roundabout now.
Good news is, ballistics report has come back from Nabis.
Ooh, and?
Analysis indicates marks found on the bullet recovered from the victim match those observed on the weapon found at the scene.
Oh, great. So now we know it's the murder weapon. What's the odd news?
Same gun was used in another murder. John Burrow, shot in the head, dumped off a cliff 3 years ago. So we've got a cold case.
God, that gun's got quite a rap sheet.
And we still don't know who pulled the trigger.
Right, so what do you want to do next?
Wish I knew.
Do you want to go take another look at that crime scene? Unless you've got something better to do.
What? No. Let's go.
No sign of forced entry?
No lock. And nothing that would hold a door shut.
So anybody could have just forced their way in?
Well, maybe it was someone she thought she could trust.
So the body was found here against the wall.
So the perp must have been stood, well, somewhere around here. The door was covered, blocking her exit. The shot was fired. But then what?
Well, then she fell back against the wall and then slid down into a seating position where we found her. Look here, there's blood splatters but no blood pool. It's like there's been a clean-up.
Inconsistent with where the body was found.
You're right. She wasn't killed where we found her. She was moved.
Would CSI miss something as crucial as this?
Look at this place. They don't give a shit about these people. As far as they're concerned, it's just one less invict to worry about. I'm surprised they even sent a team in. Have you still got that evidence sheet?
Yeah, why?
Can I see it?
What is it?
They never found the casing from the bullet.
So the perp must have taken it with them.
Or it's still here.
Where do we start? Surely we would have spotted something earlier. If it was just laying around on the floor.
So the shooter was standing here. Then the cartridge, once it left the chamber, would have gone somewhere down here.
How do people live like this?
Most people don't have a choice.
Lisa did, and she chose to stay here.
Yeah, well, given the choice of staying here or living with that scumbag Black, what would you do?
Fair point.
Wow.
It would seem whoever's done this wasn't very good at covering their tracks.
We need to get that down to latent prints now.
I'll call it in.
Here, take a look at this.
The Lazarus Foundation, what's this?
Just read it.
It's a research facility.
They're doctors. Mum, they can help you.
I'd be a guinea pig.
I wish there was another choice, Mum, but there isn't. If there was, do you think I'd ask you to do this? You've got to at least give it a try, or else...
Or else what? I want to hear you say it. Just because you refuse to say it doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
Or else you're going to die. Just like everyone else. It's not just your sleep it takes, Mum. It takes the very essence of who you are. Before you die, you'll spend days wandering around in a mindless twilight world like some sort of zombie in some B-movie.
That sounded almost poetic.
It's not funny, Mum. Look, I know you're scared. We're both scared, but you can't just give up. I won't let you.
Here's some of your stuff. I don't know if you want it.
That seems like a lifetime ago.
Seems like only yesterday to me. Take it.
Are you kidding? Agent Anderson can't be seen with him.
How could you? You've been keeping things from me.
Some people don't take to bad news very well, I'm afraid. Please, come in. Every single member of our team here at the Lazarus Foundation has an important part to play. Not only our expert nurses and physicians, but our volunteers also. We're making great strides in our treatment of FFI, but there are certain caveats to consider, and the research studies that we conduct here have very specific requirements regarding volunteer criteria. Our phase 2 trials require volunteers displaying mild to moderate symptoms of the condition.
Do you think I'd be here if I wasn't displaying symptoms?
Do you think I could speak to you in private, Doctor?
Of course. Nurse Hunter, can you show Mrs. Anderson to the examination room, please?
Look, I'll speak to you before I go. They'll look after you here, Mum. You're in safe hands. Okay, be honest with me, Doctor. What are our chances?
It's difficult to say with any degree of certainty, but...
But what?
This condition's like nothing I've seen before. As a scientist, it fascinates me.
Yeah, well, it scares the hell out of me. Whatever it is.
Without boring you with the technicalities, it's a genetic mutation.
Caused by what?
We don't know. We've tested and tried and checked, but we can't find it.
But there must be some way to stop it.
We may be forced to face up to the possibility that the condition is incurable.
So then there's no hope?
We have to assume that eventually everyone in the world will contract FFI, sooner or later. Good afternoon, Mrs. Anderson. And how are you today, all things considered?
The headaches are getting worse. Vision's becoming increasingly blurred, and I've been sick a lot too.
And this is what, 5 days since you last slept?
Yes.
The symptoms you've described are typical with the length of time, but we'll deal with that later. For now, we need to make sure that you're as comfortable as possible, okay?
Okay.
Have you taken any illegal imidazopyridines at all since your symptoms started?
Sorry, I don't understand the question.
Lullaby. Have you taken lullaby?
No.
Good.
You hear such horror stories about people taking that stuff, it doesn't bear thinking about.
I quite agree. Okay, I'm just going to take your blood pressure, if that's all right. Excellent. Now, we're all done here, so I'm going to pass you on to my colleague, Nurse Hunter, and she'll take you through the rest of the induction process. Introduce you to some progressive muscle relaxation exercises, things like that.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
You alright? You a doctor? No, I'm with the CPA. Agent Anderson. Can I get you anything?
Oh, no thanks, I'm fine.
You don't look fine.
I said I'm fine.
Can we get a match on that?
If it's in the database, we'll find it.
How long?
An hour, tops?
Do it. We'll be outside.
Your print results came back.
And did you get a name?
Well, what is it?
You're not going to believe this.
We know it was you who killed Lisa. People lie, fingerprints don't.
We found a thumbprint on the bullet casing from where you picked it up.
See, you have a record, and your prints are on the national database. Didn't take very long to find a match.
I didn't mean to kill her.
We know you didn't.
We have the results of Lisa's autopsy. There was evidence of bruising on the chest. We thought it was from some kind of struggle where you tried to pin her down.
But the location of the bruising here... She wasn't struggling, was she, Tom? She was already dead, which means you weren't trying to restrain her. You were trying to revive her.
CPR, applied with too much pressure, can cause severe bruising.
What happened, Tom?
And don't leave anything out.
I don't even know. Ever since I started taking a lullaby, I've started sleepwalking. My mind's not in control and my body...
One step at a time, Tom.
So I took a shot not long after I got back from Roxy. Next thing I know, I'm in the hallway. Just outside the door, I'm sleepwalking. I didn't know what I was doing. I was so jacked up on the shit. Then I heard the shouting. Then I see Black leave Lisa's place. So I go in and I see Lisa. I know it's her. I got confused. It just didn't make sense. I thought she was a robber, so I just went for her.
And what happened next?
She pulled a gun out on me.
And where did the gun come from, Tom?
She said it were her dad's. He gave it to her to protect her on the streets.
And what then?
I took it from my hand and I pulled the trigger. That's the bit I remember the most. It was like it happened in slow motion. I could see the bullet leave the gun, go into her chest. It knocked her off her feet. I thought I was fighting with an intruder, but I was fighting with Lisa.
So you just left her there and went back to your room?
Must have done. Next thing I know, I'm laying in bed with the gun in my hand still. I didn't know what I'd done to have it. Then I'll go back into Lisa's room and I see her lying down on the floor covered in blood.
Did you check for a pulse?
Yeah. I tried CPR. There's nothing else I could do. She was dead. I was remember thinking, what have I done? What have I done?
And she told you that her father gave her the gun. Did she tell you who he was?
So when did you come up with the idea of framing Black?
I was standing looking down at her. So I moved the body and sat her up against the wall. And I hid the gun in the bullet casing to where it could be found, and then I rang you guys.
And in your confusion, you forgot to wipe the prints from the bullet casing. Tom, you've got nothing to feel guilty about.
It's easier said than done. You haven't just killed your best friend.
So Black gave the gun to his daughter.
The same gun that was used in a murder 3 years ago.
Agent Anderson?
Yes. Can I help you?
We met at the Lazarus Foundation. You were admitting your mother?
Yes, of course. What can I do for you?
I need to speak with you if I may.
What now?
My name is Ingrid Lazarus. There's something I think you should know.
Please, come in.
What are you still doing up?
I've had a rough night.
Tell me about it.
This whole Vincent Black thing. I think you're gonna have to do this one without me.
What? Why?
It's my mum. She's at the Lazarus Foundation
And what?
and I need to get her out of there.
What's happened?
Let's just say Lazarus hasn't been very forthcoming with the truth.
Okay, I guess.
Look, I tried to get you out of it, but Granger says he wants to run point on this one.
Oh, for God's sake, Laura. This goes from bad to worse.
I'm sorry. It was all I could do to get out of it. This is important.
Okay, you be careful.
Yeah, you too.
Sorry, I'm such a screw up. I'm a CPA agent. I act like a child.
Not all the time.
I'm trying to be serious here.
Now, come on, you want to do this now?
I tried to separate myself from it. From his family and those that loved him.
I guess we are going to do this now.
At first, I tried to get revenge. How do you get revenge on something like that?
It's a tough one for sure.
I used to pray that I'd go in, Vic. Just to take the pain away.
Where the hell is this guy?
Sorry, sir, I'm making you uncomfortable.
Oh, come on, will you? I tell you what, tomorrow morning you still want to do this, we'll do it then.
City.
Okay?
I knew I was making you uncomfortable.
Look, you have to trust the people you work with. Do you think I'd be sat here with you right now if I didn't trust you?
Oh, I guess not.
Well, there you go then. Is that your guy?
Yeah, it is.
Come on.
Can I help you, Agent Anderson?
How long have you been in Vic, Dr. Lazarus? You're a sufferer. You have been for a long time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. How long have you had a working anti-serum? A year? 2 years?
What?
Your wife told us everything.
There is no anti-serum.
Well, that's not what Ingrid told us. You've been treating yourself for months, she said.
She's lying.
Is she?
After everything I did for her.
And you never thought for 1 second your wife could betray you? You know, everybody thinks like you do. You've had a cure all this time. You could have made it available straight away. You could have stopped this whole thing. You could have saved all of those... You didn't. You just left them to die. You know, I don't understand. Why? Why keep it from the world? It doesn't make any sense.
Today, a single dose of Lazipam, that's what I'm calling it, by the way, can fetch £1.50 per dose at the most. In 12, maybe 18 months, when demand is at its absolute peak, that could fetch 10, perhaps £12 a dose.
You did all this for money.
I run a business, Agent Anderson, not a charity.
And all this, the clinical trials, the volunteers, it's just a scam. My mum was right, she's just a guinea pig.
I'd like to think of them as pawns.
That's my mother. God, she could die.
Somebody always dies.
You arrogance. This could have been your legacy. You could have been the man hailed as the saviour of mankind.
That can still happen.
It can't. Not now. Not ever.
You're the only one left alive that knows the truth.
What did you do?
To answer your earlier question, Agent Anderson, I always suspected that my wife could betray me. Do you think I would be stupid enough to allow her to walk around with such sensitive information and for me not to keep an eye on her?
So you had her followed?
You have a very pretty home, Agent Anderson. Small, but pretty.
You know, it's funny how things go full circle, isn't it, Doctor?
Full circle? What are you talking about?
Do you really think that I'd be stupid enough to come here, confront you over this, without a contingency plan of my own? Hmm?
You again. What now? More questions?
Not this time.
I told you, I don't know anything about how Lisa died.
Oh, this isn't about Lisa.
Then who?
John Burrow.
I'm sorry, I have no idea who that is.
Is that so?
Well, let's see if we can jog your memory, shall we? Mind if we sit?
Be my guest.
Three years ago, John Burrow was found at the bottom of a cliff with the back of his head blasted out.
And that has what to do with me, exactly.
We'll come to that in a minute.
Not so long ago, you gave your daughter a gun. Is that correct?
No. I didn't give Lisa any gun.
Well, she told a friend that her father had given her a gun to protect herself on the streets. You are her father, right?
So, I gave her a gun. What of it?
The gun that was used to kill John Burrow is the same gun that was used to kill Lisa.
The gun that you gave her.
I told you. I didn't kill her.
Oh, we know. We already have Lisa's killer.
But you did kill John Burrow, didn't you?
I didn't even know the man. Never mind kill him.
So, how come you came to be in possession of the gun that put a hole in his head?
I don't remember.
It's not as if one comes by these things in the most legitimate way, is it?
Your words, Agent Walker, not mine.
Word has it that John Burrow was the first to start using homeless invicts to push lullaby on a grand scale. Then, one day, he winds up dead, and the next you're running his patch, practically wearing his shoes.
And carrying his gun.
There's no way you can prove any of this.
Oh, you're right. We can't.
But forensic science services can.
What?
We've had the body of John Burrow exhumed. The medical examiner found evidence of human hair, different to the victim.
We've compared the DNA from the hairs to the DNA you provided voluntarily to prove that you were Lisa's father.
And guess what?
Be my guest.
Stand up, please. I said stand up. Vincent Black, I'm arresting you for the murder of John Burrow. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something you later rely on in court.
Oh, sit down, Doctor. Open your eyes, Lazarus. Don't die on me. You're not getting away with it that easy.
I can't believe you shot me.
Oh, shut up. And put some pressure on that wound if I were you. There's got to be a supply of it somewhere. Where?
It's in the case.
What case?
The one beside the desk.
Is this it?
Yes.
And where's Mum?
Ward 2. She's in Ward 2. What about me? I'll bleed to death.
You'll be fine. You're a doctor, aren't you? Jesus Christ, Mum. What have they done to you? Stay with me, Mum. Mum, you've got to fight it. Stay with me, Mum.
Laura, what are you doing here?
I'm saving you.
Saving me?
You were right, Mum. We found a cure. You're gonna be alright.
Where am I?
In the hospital, but I'm taking you home now.
I feel sleepy.
I'm not surprised. You haven't slept in over a week. You must have lost 1 billion brain cells.
So now I'm only as smart as you.
Well, it's been one hell of a week.
One hell of a year.
How's the soda water going?
It tastes like crap. I really don't know how you drink this stuff.
Well, sometimes I put lime in it.
Oh, rock and roll. How's your mum?
Yeah, she's doing all right, considering. Fancy another drink?
Why the hell not? Barkeep, 2 of your finest sparkling waters.